On this edition of Dear AGS, we're going to be covering invasions, the rework the corrupted need and that we want. Invasions in New World Aeternum are high-stakes battles to defend your settlement from the corrupted horde. But let's be real. Are they as exciting as they should be? Right now, many players feel that invasions are repetitive, lack strategic depth, and don't offer enough rewards to make them truly engaging or worthwhile. Invasions are in fact one of the few community building activities in the game, and there is a strong base of passionate invasioneers who are absolutely parched for improvements since the last update in July 2023's Blood of the Sand Season 2 update. The dev team recently posted on the official Discord that they want to know what the community thinks. So I canvassed a number of Discords and asked a bunch of invasioneers for their feedback on how invasions could become better. Today, we're breaking down the most requested improvements to invasions that could make them a must-play experience with true endgame rewards. First up, invasions need to matter. Right now, when a territory loses an invasion, the impact is way too minimal. Only one company is taking the hit, and the open world barely changes. This was a result of a change made way back when the station level requirement for the tiered materials was removed around 2022. Prior to that, losing an invasion resulted in an impact to everyone in the territory, as stations were downgraded and certain materials could not be manufactured or refined. Imagine if losing an invasion actually disrupted the region again. Maybe certain NPC vendors go missing. Maybe resource nodes become corrupted. Or corrupted portals become up-leveled. Suddenly, defending isn't just about stopping some arbitrary downgrade. It's about keeping your world from falling apart. Now let's talk scoring. Right now, the player who lands the final blow gets the credit for the kill. Yeah, you heard that right. Doesn't matter if you did 90% of the damage, someone snipes the last hit, and boom, they get all the credit and all the war tokens. Elite bosses, those massive golden health bar monsters, should be worth way more with value scaling with health. Elites, right now, are worth only 750 points. That's it. 750 points for a commander, a priest, a bear, and probably a spriggan. Compare that to the grunt, that is worth only 100 points. The bomber and sniper, each worth 150 points. The spearman and swordsman are worth 200 points. The brute, the cannon, and the trebuchet, the cow launcher, are all worth 500 points. It's absolutely insane to me that a commander is only worth 250 more points than a siege cannon. This actually raises another issue with scoring, is that ranged decks and area of effect mage players have an incredible advantage over melee players, tanks, healers, and our beloved gate repairers. There needs to be a balance struck either through mob makeup, where some enemies are impervious or take greatly reduced damage from ranged or elemental attacks, or through the way the scoring is handled to help bolster not just ranged decks and mages, but also reward the support roles of healers and repairers and give melee a fighting chance starting with Wave 1. Invasions feel predictable because they are. You know where the enemies are coming from. You know when elites are going to spawn, and it turns into a rinse and repeat experience. How about double spawns at random gates? Or certain waves skipping their usual spots and maybe appearing behind the corrupted field, perhaps at the intersection. Maybe elites shift locations between waves, or a random mega boss spawns, forcing defenders to reposition. Keeping players on their toes makes for a way more dynamic experience. Oh, and we need to be able to shoot the cows coming over the walls out of the air. That would increase the fun factor by like a gazillion. What if invasions weren't just about the corrupted? The Rise of the Angry Earth expansion was an amazing opportunity to introduce a new type of invasion, but the opportunity was missed. Different territories should be facing different threats. Coastal areas such as Cutlass Keys could have the Lost attacking from ghost ships like the Vendetta. Oof. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, the ship! The ship is there! It's the ship! It's the Vendetta! It's still there! Oh, that's wonderful! That's insane! And it's like a better view. Oh. Eden Grove could be overrun by Angry Earth forces, trying to take back their birthplace. Brimstone. Brimstone would be great to have the Roman Legion of Corrupted, with maybe the Cyclopses replacing the Brutes. But this shouldn't just be about reskinning enemies. Each of these factions should have unique behaviors. The Angry Earth could use clouds of poison. The Lost could use rends and weakens. Every invasion should feel different depending on where you are. Let's be honest. Right now, invasions don't feel worth it. Sure, you get some loot, you get some gold, some tokens, some dark matter. But where's the real incentive? What if performance actually mattered more? Maybe you get bonus gold, depending on your performance. Or if no gate drops below 10% health. Maybe there is more gold for the top 10 in the reworked scoring system. Maybe healers and repair people get a boost to their drops, whether it being gold tokens or dark matter. Or how about a lottery system where one lucky participant gets a special item drop? The item doesn't even have to be a piece of gear, but could be a housing item, or perhaps chromatic seals, or even something that's just cosmetic, specific to invasions. The invasion loot pool, if you do invasions regularly, gets really stale really quick. People should feel excited to queue for invasions, and they should feel the time spent improving their builds and getting better at them will be rewarded in-game. Hearing that the development wants to move to queueable invasions is an interesting take on what originally started as a PvE territorial event. The truth is that sometimes invasions are a pain to organize, and winning requires communication, teamwork, and organization. How that would work in an instanced cross-server format would be an immense challenge with the game's current communication system. I think a smaller version, such as an incursion instead of an invasion mode, where you defend an outpost with 2 gates instead of a fort with 5, and have 15 to 20 players instead of 50 with endless waves is probably more realistic from a technological and player perspective. Yet, for the hardcore invasion community. What about an endless wave mode? After wave 8, the territory would be safe from downgrades. But if the group continues to go to wave 9, wave 10, wave 11, extra loot the longer you last, with the leaderboard tracking it and rewarding skins to the top 50 who would be number 1 on the leaderboard. Picture this, a leaderboard tracking how long your group can hold out for, how many waves, with extra loot the longer you last. Now that's replayability. And finally, what about for settlements that have achieved capital status? Their invasions have mutated mechanics. With the recent switchover to have mutations applied to all the mutated expeditions, just apply those same mutations to any capital city level invasion to really spice things up. These changes could make invasions feel alive, challenging, and worth playing. I will admit that when the game first launched and invasions were virtually unwinnable, that was not a good feeling. Now that we are constantly farming the corrupted, well, that's not a great feeling either. Spicing things up and getting regular updates to the invasion loot pool instead of once every 2 to 3 years would be a huge improvement. Thanks for listening, AGS. Hopefully we will see some of these changes implemented soon. Signed respectfully, the defenders of Aeternum. But what do you guys think? What is your biggest frustration with invasions, and what's your dream fix? Drop a comment below and let's get the discussion going. And if you want to see more New World content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck, have fun, kill 'em all.